We are headed down here to the area where I was going to build the shop. Plans may have changed. So what's happened with this is I've been getting some bids, and this area where I was going to put the shop, which I was going to tear this shed down, if you remember, and we were going to put the shop right here. Well, this falls off over 2 feet down the hill, and it's all clay, so we're going to have to haul in a whole bunch of dirt, pack it. It was 800 tons of dirt. 800 tons is what it's going to require to do this. So the cost right now, with gas prices at $5.30 a gallon here where I live, is $15,000 for the dirt. That's before you pour any concrete, put any forms, anything. That's just the dirt. So we may have a change of plans. So really what I need to do is find a more level area to put my shop if I'm going to do it. That's going to make it where I don't have to haul in 800 tons of dirt. It'll be a lot easier to level it, put the foundation down. That affects all the plumbing, all the electrical, all that kind of stuff as well. So this is where I'm thinking. Right now, I want you to meet Gigi. This is a cat that just showed up at the house, and she has been a godsend, really. We have a whole lot of, don't scratch me. Get in, get in, get in. So we have a whole lot of rats in this field, and I think a lot of them are coming from right there in my brush pile. That thing's been there 2 years, I guess, so pretty bad. I know I should have burned it by now, but I have a lot of rats living out here in this pasture. And so Gigi showed up about 3 weeks ago, and she's killed probably 40 of those field rats. And she's a really sweet cat, contrary to what she just did to my leg. And we've really enjoyed having her around here. Right, Gigi? So let's look at the process on what I'm thinking right here, and I'll show you how I did all this. Okay, now we're going to check this for square. We're going to do the crisscross and see if we're square here. If I've got enough tape, I should have. Watch this cat. Wah! Let go of my tape. Crazy cat. There she goes. All right, so we should measure about the same, which right here, we're 81 feet 1 inch. So let's go. It's dangerous out there, G. Let's go over here to about 81. Okay, so I'm at 54 feet right here. We're 54 feet this way and 60 feet this way. What are you doing, Gigi? So don't you bite me. I feed you, cat. I feed you, cat. I feed you. 54 deep, 60 feet long. So my workshop is going to be on this side, and I need to come 34 feet from that corner because that stall is going to be 34 feet on centers to the post. So I'm going to take another stake, and I've got this pretty straight right here now, this tape, and it's sitting straight at 54. Would you quit that? So 34 is right here. So I'm going to drive me a stake right here at 34, and I'm on the wrong side. "34 feet from that corner." All right, I'm going to take this loose, and I'm going to go to that other corner, and we're going to do the same thing down there. That cat. Okay, so this is not perfect square. We're just getting close here because we're going to have guys come out to do the forms and all that. I don't even know if I'm going to put this building here, and at this point I'm not even sure if we're going to do it. Things are pretty high right now, and it's really expensive to do this, so that's a concern of mine, and I want to make sure it's something I want to do. But moving it over here is going to be a little bit cheaper as far as the dirt work, and probably as far as the plumbing, the foundation, the electrical, everything else. I'm a little closer to the electrical pole. There's a possibility that I can move my electrical up to the house too. So those are all possibilities to make this a little cheaper, which, man, at this point, cheaper sounds pretty good to me. So what we're going to do right here is I'm going to put this this string up so I can see exactly where this building's going to be. And one thing I need to do before I do that, sorry, I'm trying to get this where I can get it through these holes here. Actually, I don't think I'm even going to do that at this point. I got a cat about to attack me. I'm going to put this here down to the ground, and then I want to see how much this ground falls. So the low end needed the taller stake, so there's my hole right there. I'm going to move it down here, and that way I've got more height, and I can check my level a little better. See what the string level says now. See, I can even come up a hair more right here. This is just figuring out how much higher it is on that end is all we're doing. That ought to be about right. So my level right here in the center is saying perfect. So the way we find out the difference is just measure from the ground to the string, 14 inches. And you can see on that other end, I don't know if you can see this or not, But if you look on that other end, on the other side, it doesn't look like there's as much fall as there is over here. I really think this could be leveled up pretty easy. So I think I'm going to run this string to the other end and see what that says. Alrighty. I'm guessing this is going to be a whole lot closer to level. I can pick that up an inch. So about the height of that stake. It's not that much far off of that other end, as much as I thought, but it's going to be 11 inches. So there's 3 inches difference. But if we're looking from here, from this corner to the other end, it climbs. We may even pull dirt from right down this four-wheeler trail. You can see where it drops off there. We may even pull a little dirt out of that area and bring it up here just to create a watershed. That's something that you've got to keep in mind when you're doing something like this, because the watershed from right here comes off this hill, off my neighbor's place, and kind of right here by this tree, kind of at the bottom of this tree, and then kind of goes right down this fence row. And right where we're standing right here, if there's big rains, there can be some water pool up here. So we need to take and kind of cut a little bit of a ditch going that way so that the water doesn't affect the building. And we'll just run it on out that way, and that'll be just fine. So be thinking about that. If you're building a building, the watershed is gonna be a big deal in some spots. Like I said, this is the low spot. It's gonna hold some water unless we cut a little bit of a ditch where it gets high right there. If we kind of make a trough right here on down to where that drops off, we won't have any water problems. Okay, we are going to take our string and measure this building out so we know where it's at. We'll have a cat that's a problem, I can already tell. Now, I'm going to go ahead and run where I'm going to have a wall down the center of this building. Not quite the center, but close. So there's going to be a wall at 34 feet. It'll leave about 20 feet on one end. And I want to be able to see that layout too. So I'm going to go ahead and run a string down that wall. And that way we can see the complete layout of the building. Don't you bite me, cat. If you bite me, you will be in trouble. I'll bite you back. All right, we did it. We did it, Gigi. We did it, Gigi. All right. So I cut that string. Now I'm going to go, there's going to be one more wall down the middle of this smaller area. And I'm going to mark that off too so I can see it. And it's going to be right down the center, so 30 feet. Be shocked if this survives that cat. Now she's trapped. Look at her. You got to be smarter than the string, Gigi. That's trouble, isn't it? Come here. Come here, G. Did you get trapped? You're caught, aren't you? Well, come here. Let's get you out. There you go. No longer captive. Would you quit? Now you're trapped again. Yeah. Okay, I think you can see most of this behind me. So I've got this set up where I can see exactly how big every room is, and I can see where this thing is going to sit. It was important for me to get a layout of this because if you'll take a look over here, that's my back fence to my backyard. And then the building's going to be right in this area. That's the back fence to my property here. I've only got 3¼ acres or something. Over here is the shed behind us. So the building being right here, not only does it make a difference on how much dirt we have to build up to get this foundation level, but also this area right here in this corner is a little bit useless as far as, I don't know, I mean, fencing it off, putting some animals here or something like that. It's not a very big area. But if I put my building over here, I cut out some of my mowing, plus I square up that side of my property a little more if I ever do want to fence this off and put some goats or maybe some heifers or something out here at some point. But this is not a bad location for the building. The only thing I'm thinking about as far as this goes is if you look at the back of my house, my kitchen window is that first one on the back of the house. And so it looks over this fence row. So now when we look out the kitchen window, we're going to see this building. I've got a giant live oak tree here, which blocks it pretty good, but we are going to see this building. I don't know if that's going to bother me. I've got to show you this back here too, just so you kind of get an idea of everything going on as far as this goes. So I don't know if you can see back there, but recently had some neighbors buy this land behind me, and they put a big covered riding arena for horses back there. And so if we ever replace this fence and have to take out some of these trees back here, I'm going to be looking at that arena anyway, which isn't mine. I'd rather be looking at this building, which is mine, and it's going to be a lot of work. So I may take a little pride in looking out here at this. And like I say, the backyard's pretty. This grass here is pretty. So I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. I kind of, honestly, even if this spot where the shed sits was level, I almost like this better now. Now that I've got it laid out and I can look at it, I like that better. Plus, I can keep my shed. I was planning on putting a lean-to on the back of this building, but if I keep my shed, I won't have to do that. And I won't have to move that shipping container. So I can start any time with this setup.